So the session focused on printmaking, and we were using our evocative object. Now, I changed my evocative object from week 1 because it was a book and didn't have many words in it, so I thought I would change it, and I changed it to one of my bracelets here, and there's a lot of detail in it. It's got different parts of my life that I thought was significant. So I took that and we drew it out first. I didn't realise that it had as much detail because it did take a while. Callaway C and Keir Mary 1997 state that the design is an essential part of printmaking, with planning and predicting outcomes of an understanding of the stages of the printing process. So I didn't realise, obviously, how much detail there was, so it took a lot of time to do, but once the initial drawing was complete, we then had to etch it onto this acrylic tile. I realised this did take a lot of continuous hard work because it's a really hard plate to etch into. You need to master the technique. I'd never done it before, so trying to get that kind of deep etch, I suppose, into the tile was quite difficult, especially with a lot of detail that my object had. If I was to do this with children, it would probably be more an appropriate level for their age, and I'd probably use different resources or tools just to make it slightly easier, but it'd still be a printing process that they would experience. After I had done the first etch onto my board, I went to print it, but it failed to print because my etches weren't deep enough, so I had to go back and etch it again and again to try and get it deeper. And I suppose this is good for children. As I reflect, this process is good for children. It teaches children the process of this printmaking, and that it's not a piece of work isn't gonna come out first time. It's a progression. It's something that you work towards. This is it's art. So I had to keep doing it in order to get a full print. We then went on to doing it on a polystyrene tile, which was a lot softer and easier to etch because the oil could sink in. And Callaway C and Keir Mary 1997 state that learning printmaking is cumulative. Each step reinforces and develops previous understandings. So it just reinforces my point that it's a progression. We're building on something to make this outcome. It's a continuous stage by stage process that eventually this printmaking will turn out to be this outcome that you wanted it to be. I do have pictures that I'll put underneath just to show you what the evocative object turned out using the polystyrene tile. Another link that I made with the printmaking is that from an educational aspect, printmaking can be cross-curricular. For example, cavemen made prints on walls, or how Egyptians, what they used and techniques and processes they used to make their prints back in the day. So it's all cross-curricular with history and art, and doing interdisciplinary lessons I think is a great connection with printmaking, and I think it should be valued more, and which I may continue to use in my future practice. And I think it would be beneficial for children to understand the printmaking process in art.